Football's right around the corner, and it's time to start talking about it. I love baseball, but football is my passion. I always watch football. I played football as a kid. I also played football in high school growing up. So I'm going to take some time to rank the quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And who else but Tom Brady? Who else can we start off with, right? The disrespect to Tom Brady has been incredible over the last couple years just because Tom Brady may have gotten older, but he proves time and time again he's that guy. TB12. I don't know what it is. It could be the avocado toast. It's whatever. But Tom Brady has been dominant since 2001. There's no one who could compare to Tom Brady in terms of his accolades in the NFL and actually NFL history. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play. Not saying the most talented because I think that's someone else on this list, but he is the greatest, most accomplished quarterback on this list. And I mean, I think he's still going to do what he does. I think Tampa Bay is going to the Super Bowl because of that man right there, Tom Brady. Next we got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is coming off a significant injury. I believe he tore his ACL. However, Joe Burrow, when he was playing, was electric on the football field, darting people up. The Bengals look like a good team with Joe Burrow, always playing exciting football. But that significant injury, I don't know how it's going to hamper him. He is mobile. He can move prior to the injury. Will he be able to come back like he did? I don't know yet. But that's why I'm putting him in B tier because I think he got that ability. Just a matter of can he do what he does. Now it's time for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's kind of in a similar situation as Joe Burrow. When he was playing that first 7-8 weeks for the Cowboys, he was leading the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns. He was electric, just diming people, but they were losing games. And then he completely broke his ankle. It was one of the more gruesome injuries I've ever seen on an NFL football field. So I don't know how he's going to bounce back. I know he's not going to be available right away. It's going to take a couple weeks for him to get back in. But Dak Prescott is a great quarterback to watch. He's going to be in the B tier. Of course, a lot of these guys can move up and down. It happens. It's 17 games this time. We don't know what's going to happen. Ryan Fitzmagic. You know why I put Ryan Fitzpatrick at C? Because for 4 or 5 weeks, he's going to give you some of the most electrifying football you'll ever see. But it's always like that dumb play. It just happens. It happens. But he's going to keep you in a game. He's going to keep it exciting. The Washington football team doesn't have a quarterback for the future. Let's see what Ryan Fitzpatrick can do in this short time he's afforded. Of course, Patrick Mahomes boy. He's the most talented player in the NFL in terms of throwing the football. He's incredible. MVP, Super Bowl champion. What can Patrick Mahomes not do on a football field? Is there much I can even say about Patrick Mahomes? He's that dude. That dude. He can throw a ball 85 yards easily. He can run. He can not look at receivers and throw the ball. Patrick Mahomes. There's not much else I could say. This looks like I don't even know who they put in this picture. I really don't. I think that's Tyrod Taylor in that picture, but it's DeShaun Watson. DeShaun Watson's a guy. DeShaun Watson is coming back to the Texans as of right now. Doesn't look like we see anything else going. But DeShaun Watson, he's an S tier quarterback. Honestly, I feel like I should make one more tier. Nah, we're just gonna keep it S. We're gonna keep it basic, all right? Because DeShaun Watson he's been compared to Michael Jordan on a football field because he does everything. He runs. He's charismatic. He can rally a team. The Texans are not a very talented team. But with DeShaun Watson, they always have a chance to win any game that is put in front of them. No matter their opponent, they can be playing Patrick Mahomes, they can be playing Tom Brady, they can be playing Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, doesn't matter. Texans always have a chance, and that's because number 4 is their quarterback. Carolina, Sam Darnold, D tier. Sam Darnold has a ton of potential, but I don't know what. He hasn't really done much for the Jets. Of course, that could be in part due to the Jet system. But I don't see Sam Darnold being a prolific passer for the Jets, or excuse me, for the Panthers. He's a D tier quarterback. He's lower than Fitzpatrick because Fitzpatrick will give you some magic for a short amount of time. I was looking at this and I was like, who the hell's that Lions quarterback? And I completely forgot they got Jared Goff. Jared Goff. See, my problem with Jared Goff is I don't know where to rank him. I want to put him in C tier because he hasn't really shown that he can be that guy. Considering he played in the Sean McVay system, prolific for the West Coast offense, where it's a lot of short passes relying on the receivers such as Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods to get yards after the catch. So I think he's C tier. He can definitely change that. He was a high draft pick, so he has a ton of potential. But I don't know if he can really do well outside of that West Coast system. We'll find out. Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers, S tier quarterback. There's no doubt, because Aaron Rodgers for Green Bay has been just sensational. He won an MVP last year. There was a lot of controversy surrounding him in the offseason, considering no one knew if he was going to come back to Green Bay after they refused to draft a wide receiver for whatever reason. They just don't like surrounding Aaron Rodgers with talent. Does it make sense to me? No, it does not. But it is what Green Bay does. Green Bay has been doing it for years. Aaron Rodgers is just a bad man. Aaron Rodgers can fit a ball into such a tight window. It's incredible to see. For the Jets, oh, I think it's Lance, right? I actually don't know where to rank him. C tier because he's a rookie. Could be D tier because a lot of people don't think highly of him. He was drafted number 2 overall, which was kind of out of the blue. Yeah, I'll put him in C tier. Could definitely move up and down. Kind of disrespectful to Jared Goff now that I think about it, keeping him in C tier with Fitzmagic and Lynn. Yikes. Russell Wilson, S tier. Actually, I'm going to move Jared Goff up one. Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson. The best deep ball thrower in the league. It's like the ball just falls out of the sky when he throws it. Throws a beautiful rainbow ball. But he did wane later into the season last year, and that did cost the Seahawks significantly. But, I mean, you can't say he's not one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Yeah, that's probably going to wrap up. Oh, actually, there's one or two more I would put into S tier. I'm going to think about that later. But, next we got Danny Dimes. Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes is a good quarterback in my opinion. Just, I don't know, man. It's weird, man. Watching the Giants play, you don't know if they're good or not. And like their offense has potential. They got Saquon and Danny Dimes. He's a good quarterback. But I just don't know. I really don't know where to rank him. I'm going to put him in B tier because I think he is about that. Well, he's worse than Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott's coming off injury. Yeah, he's about a Jared Goff. Kirk Cousins. I wasn't going to put him in S tier. Don't worry about that. A or B tier, huh? B tier because he's always surrounded by extreme talent. Whether it was Adam Thielen or Stephon Diggs. I mean, he always got some great receivers around him. He wavers sometimes in big games, but he is a good quarterback. He's a serviceable starter. He's, I would say, a top 15 quarterback. Josh Allen is S tier because Josh Allen last year was sensational. Just great power. 6'5", runs about a 4'6", 4'7", has a cannon of an arm, can throw the ball easily 90 yards. Stephon Diggs loves him, and that is a great talent to have with you if you're Josh Allen. He is special, man. He is special. Josh Allen. Justin Herbert's an A tier quarterback. Justin Herbert, Air Herbert, man. Just gets it done. Showed extreme talent for the Chargers. But the Chargers were not able to win many games last year due to the fact that the Chargers just don't have the talent around Justin Herbert. Just seems like they have a ton of like C tier guys and Keenan Allen on offense. It's the NFL. Ryan Tannehill, A tier as well. Why do I think Ryan Tannehill is A tier? Because he is a perfect quarterback for the Titan system. And now they added Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. He is going to have the time of his life in the Titan system, especially because he got that monster back there in Derrick Henry. He is the quintessential perfect player for that system in Tennessee. Tua C tier. Tua had a really bad rookie season. Really bad. Is he going to turn around? I think so. He in Alabama was a dominant player, but it was so bad that he is a C tier quarterback. He is just not up there comparable to any of these other guys on this list. Jameis Winston goes down there as well. It's going to be either Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. They go down there as well because we haven't seen him. Drew Brees just retired. Is New Orleans going to be able to recover and carry on that legacy they have of greatness? I don't know. Drew Brees was kind of the guy. He was there forever. I think Jameis Winston has the arm talent to do it. I don't know if he has the confidence to do it. Kyler Murray, A tier quarterback. He's not S tier because he's not these guys, all right? He is definitely not these top guys, but he is a very good quarterback for Arizona. He is electric. He did not play well in the second half of the season. It kind of just happens. It was only his second year. Going into his third year, we're going to see him really take a leap forward into himself and become that top tier guy in the NFL. Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a B tier quarterback because he's B tier because he has the talent, but it's just never sustained runs. He is very injury prone. That always happens to him. Just gets injuries, bad injuries, in the worst of times. It just happens for the Raiders. I don't know why. Jalen Hurts. C tier for this reason only. I'm putting Jalen Hurts in C tier because I want to see him for a full season. Took over for Carson Wentz last year. He played well, but they didn't win many games. I want to see him in a full season, see how he's able to sustain himself, sustain his run, because he's going to take a lot of hits considering how he plays. But if he could do it, hey, let's see how it goes. Look at the Alabama guys right next to each other. Baker Mayfield's an A-tier quarterback. Baker Mayfield has a ton of talent surrounding him in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield really took a step forward, putting the Cleveland Browns into the NFL playoffs for the first time in, 15, 20 years? Baker Mayfield took a bad, and I mean bad, maybe the worst team ever, to the playoffs, and it really proves he was the number 1 overall pick, so there was a lot of potential. A lot of people saw this in him. He's a scrapper, man. He just likes to play. When he focuses, puts his head down, and just goes straight ahead playing football, he's a baller. It's just a matter of him being able to keep his head down and keep playing football, or he's going to be distracted by some of the off-the-field things. I'm not talking about, he has no off-the-field issues in terms of like marijuana or anything like that. It's more along the lines of sponsorships and just living the life of a starting quarterback in the NFL. Let's see how Baker Mayfield can do. This is going to be Jimmy G. I'm going to rate Jimmy G. Jimmy G is C tier. Jimmy G is C tier. He has A tier talent, F tier injury or durability. He just can't sustain it. He can't be on the field. Can't be on the field. You can't play. It's as simple as that. For Denver. Who the hell is the quarterback for Denver? Paxton Lynch? Is Paxton Lynch still in Denver? All right, so it's Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. Again, C tier injury concerns surrounding Teddy Bridgewater, and Drew Lock just did not play well. Matt Stafford is a B tier quarterback. Matt Stafford has a rifle of arm. I want to see him in that West Coast offense. I want to see how he could do with Sean McVay. I feel like Sean McVay could really turn around Matt Stafford's career, especially because Matt Stafford has a ton of talent himself. So I want to see him in a better system, man. Justin Fields and the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton. Again, big question marks. Andy Dalton was decent for Cincinnati. Justin Fields has a lot of potential out of Ohio State. I want to see Justin Fields really, but I think he's going to sit for a year and just let Andy Dalton carry the show. Lamar Jackson is an S-tier quarterback. I mean, here's Lamar Jackson. Runs for 1,000 yards, throws for 3,500. It's almost impossible to defend him. Like, what are you going to do? DBs are the only ones fast enough to really spy him. Can't have a linebacker or a D lineman, cover a tight end. It's too hard to defend him. Ben Roethlisberger, A tier. Ben Roethlisberger, perennial Pro Bowler, great quarterback for Pittsburgh. End of his career. Really don't know how certain he is that he wants to play football. There's been a lot of question marks about him wanting to retire, which, I mean, it is what it is. He's been playing for so long. Everyone else in his draft class, really, that giant 2004 draft class with Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning, they're all gone. Ben Roethlisberger is the last one standing. Could this be his final year? I think so, but we'll have to wait and see what he decides to do for his future. Matt Ryan just hasn't been the same after that Super Bowl collapse against the Patriots. They played Tom Brady. 28-3, man? Come on. Just hasn't been the same. Has just lost Julio Jones. Has Calvin Ridley, who's a great talent, but losing Julio Jones is definitely going to be a big hurt to his statistics, considering of that rapport he has built with Julio Jones. Carson Wentz is D. Carson Wentz is a D tier because his consistency to be on the field is so low. It's like, if this was a Madden rating, it'd be a 0, his durability. He just got hurt with some ankle injury, and he's going to be out for some time. It's insane, man. So much talent, but he can't stay on the field. C, B tier. B tier because Cam Newton is an MVP. Cam Newton was a great quarterback. Cam Newton has a ton of potential. Don't think Mac Jones is going to play. That's just because they have Cam Newton. Going to kind of sit him a year, kind of like Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe. Then Trevor Lawrence has I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence in B tier because he was a number 1 overall pick. Has a ton of hype surrounding him, but we haven't seen him play, so I can't really put him over some of the established guys in the league. But there's so much hype surrounding Trevor Lawrence. What can he do for Jacksonville? Can he turn around a franchise? I'm excited to see it. This is my tier list for the quarterbacks in the NFL. Let me know what you guys think.